Well, good evening and welcome to the Arbor Hills Nature Preserve in Plano, Texas. Tonight's exercise is part one of a two-part field test of the Fox Outdoor Scout Day Pack. I was asked to test this product, and I do try to accommodate these requests whenever possible, particularly when the gear may be of interest to me. My primary use for packs is night wilderness search and rescue. I run several packs, different loadouts per pack. However, I have an interest in very light scout or recon style packs. For example, tonight I'm filming a product review. In other instances, I may be out on a land navigation exercise, evaluating other gear. Believe it or not, I do actually get out very occasionally for just a fun hike. So I do like something that allows me to load light, move fast, yet carry enough gear so that if I encounter a situation, there's a good chance that I can help with that situation. So, what do we have here? Front, side, that is a 17-ounce water bottle. 18 is about the edge of the envelope. You might squeeze 20, but I wouldn't recommend it. You have a large rear compartment, much smaller middle, then a very small, almost admin compartment in the front. There's another pocket on the bottom. I'll get to that shortly. The number one thing that I worry about in an ultralight pack is straps. They're usually very light, very flimsy, and I am unable to load gear on them. This is my absolute minimal night loadout right here. There's ample room to put gear on the straps. They're thin but padded, so I'm hoping that with I've got a good 11, 12 pounds of weight with the water here and the med kit on this side. I'm hoping they won't dig down in my shoulders. We'll find out. On the subject of that kit, the pack is very expandable in multiple directions. As I mentioned, there is a pocket right here on the bottom. I've got Velcro straps and carabiners here. What I typically use that for is, this is an ultralight SPF 50 tarp. I can carry this during the day. If I'm on a SAR op and I'm worried that the person that persons I'm looking for could be injured out cooking in the sun. It's also great if I'm going to be out for an extended period at night improvising a shelter. I can just clip that on right here and go. One thing I like, these zippers are really smooth. And for this rear compartment, you have two zippers, and so you've got a lot of control in terms of not having things fall out if you're opening your pack from this orientation. What I don't like is you only have one here. So I like to keep loose gear in foil. Take that out. You've only got one divider right here. If you like packs that have a lot of compartments and pockets for segregating gear, this may not be the drawer you're looking for. This goes very deep, so you'll want infrequently accessed gear there. And you can one-hand that. I'm carrying my schmog right here. Normally I would probably have that wrapped around the loop. What I'm trying to point out is that I haven't even begun using the entirety of the space available in this pack. I could pull this out, wrap it around. I could wrap rain gear here, and I still have considerable room to add gear into this compartment. But none of this makes any difference if it's not comfortable, if it doesn't carry well. So the exercise is being split into two parts. Tonight, I'm going out in the preserve for about an hour and a half, see how it carries with a lightweight night configuration. That's not enough to tell me if it's a really good pack, but if there's something bad, I'm going to find out about it very quickly. In the second part of the evaluation, I'll take this out to the LBJ Grasslands, load it up like I would a lightweight day pack, take it out over a very rocky, uneven road with all that heat coming up off the road. So I think those two evaluations together will give me a very good idea about what this pack is really all about. But it's time to quit talking, time to get out there and see how it works. I am starting in the parking lot. Here's the start time, and here we go. Time update. I am here at the observation tower taking a brief hydration break. So far, straps working much better than I expected. Fit and comfort is good. Access to gear is good, including my handheld free light. I really like the height that I'm able to put everything, including ranger beads, hyper whistle. A couple of things I want to point out. You can run a hydration bladder through here. Let's see if I can one-hand this right there. You also have a loop inside this back pocket. I've got carabiners attached, so you'll notice I have my outdoor research iron sight gloves and some minimal cordage. So these always stay up at the top and ready. I'd have to say so far so good. I'm going to keep going, try for a good hour and a half total evaluation, and I'll check back in when we get back to the parking lot. Time update, so roughly an hour 10 or so. I think it was good enough to get a good initial read on the pack. Overall, I thought the straps were the real winner. I thought I was going to report that these were flimsy. They were pressing down too hard into my shoulders. That proved not to be the case. I'm continually impressed with how much gear I can load up on them, how well that gear holds up, and how well the height is of everything. About the only thing I may change is I never use this, so I'll probably cut this off. That would give me essentially an extra D-ring, move this down here. I think this is just a tiny bit too high. The other thing I noticed is the adjustment straps. I have a very stocky build, barrel-chested, and so I really need to loosen this up quite a bit to get the pack on initially and then to slide it off. So if I loosen it all the way, I have to remember that I need to get myself about an inch of slack before I put the pack back on so I can reach up here and grab this strap right here and then pull down. That and the fact that I only have one zipper in this middle container. It's so deep without auxiliary pockets up here. Those are the only things that I've noticed so far. On a personal basis, I think I can work around all of that. Now, I did get lucky tonight. It's been very hot. A high of 108 yesterday, 104 today, but I had a very brisk breeze out tonight. So I didn't have to contend with heat coming up off that concrete. I won't be so lucky at the LBJ Grasslands when I get out on a very uneven, rocky, dirt road with bad footing, potential of slipping on rocks all the time, and all of that heat coming off of the rocks as well. So I think the two evaluations put together will allow me to make a final verdict on the pack, whether or not I'll keep moving forward with it, whether it's just an inexpensive piece of junk or a very decent value of the dollar for the dollar. That's still an open question. And on that subject, just hang on for a few seconds, and through the power of editing, I'll be right back. Well, good morning and welcome to the LBJ Grasslands outside of Decatur, Texas. This is the day evaluation of the Fox Outdoor Scout Day Pack. Mark start time, and here we go. Time update. I've stopped here at a campground just before Cottonwood Lake for a quick hydration break. This is a thicker water bottle than I carried before. I thought it was going to fall out, quite honestly, but it hasn't. So far, so good. Time update. End of the road, figuratively speaking. This is one of the entrances to the grassland. I came from that direction. I'm going to head back in that direction. Couple things I'll mention about the pack. Is still seated well on my back. The adjusting straps that hang on the back, since it is a very light scout pack, do not hang down very far. As a result, there is no interference from a strap when I reach back to access either my pistol or fixed blade knife. That's typically an issue with much larger packs, and I will often take those straps and tuck them out of the way whenever I don the pack. Well, time to keep going. There's the time, and there's the truck. Easier walk back, fewer stops downhill. I'd like to extend this exercise out a bit more though, so I think what I'm going to do is head on down the road here and then into the Tawdra campground. I'll post up after some exploration at the picnic area and then do a wrap up. I'm not going to do a final time update because it only took me about 15 minutes to get here, and then I spent 30 minutes talking to another couple. Okay, but time aside, I got more than enough experience with the pack now. I think I can start making some reasonable conclusions. Fit, comfort, usability, all better than I expected. I really expected to say this was a below average product that's offered for a below average price. I think it's a better than average product, probably not the best, but for what it was designed for, an ultra light day scout pack, it fits that role just fine. The straps in particular surprised me both in terms of comfort and general operation, day and night. Zippers continue to function great. It carries water better than I anticipated, so I'm probably going to continue using it as a scout pack just for very simple operations. I'll see how it goes. If I have anything to report back, I'll probably post it up sometime in the winter after I've had a chance to take the pack out under very cold conditions. So that's going to wrap it up. If there are other tests you'd like to see, leave a comment. And as always, until the next review, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for watching the video.